All right, guys, what is going on? This is the Club with the Man 1993, and I'm back up here one more time tonight for my live review of this week's episode of 205 Live from the June 18th, 2019 edition. It is the go home edition of 205 Live before Stomping Grounds, even though we just had some, backstage interview segments to hype up the announced match for this Sunday for the Cruiserweight Championship. It'll be a triple threat match between Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak taking on Tony Nese in a triple threat match for the Cruiserweight Championship. As far as I think we're going to win the match, I'll say that tomorrow for my Stomping Grounds preview and predictions. But overall, it was a decent, like an average to decent episode 205 Live. I thought just most of the stuff that took place on this show, I feel like I couldn't really, get behind. And it just, again, just continue, like as 205 Live is still kind of, searching for a couple, bigger stars. As, I don't know if Chad Gable's going to be full time on 205 Live or if he's just staying on SmackDown Live because, again, he was taking notes again on Apollo Crews this week. So I'm still not really sure what on earth is going on with Chad Gable right now or whatnot. But, obviously, it was just not so much stuff I felt like I could really get behind on this show. We opened up with Drake Maverick, the new 24/7 champion. This was before, of course, the show. But obviously he took the title and he ran because he's getting married on Thursday and whatnot. But he hypes up the show and he announces that because of what happened last weekend with a double pin at the end, it'll be a triple threat match at the Stomping Grounds. The first match we got was the rematch between the Singh Brothers and the Lucha House Party. Again, obviously, since coming back to 205 Live, the Singh Brothers are showing me they can be a little bit more than just jobbers. But I don't know, just them being part of a horrible angle with them and Jinder Mahal pairing up and whatnot. I don't know. Again, I'm just having a really hard time trying to get behind them. I mean, I'm seeing obviously they do have some potential in the ring for sure, but who else are they going to feud with besides the Lucha House Party? Like on 205 Live, what else are these guys going to be doing? Like, they're not going to be fighting for any tag titles anytime soon because I don't see them, meshing in well with anyone on the other brands. So it's just like it's like you took jobbers that you had it for quite a while and they're trying to take it seriously again. They win by pulling on the tights of the Lucha House Party, so I'm guessing we're going to be getting another match between them. So it was decent again, showing that they actually have some in-ring ability, but after just seeing what the bush they were in for a couple of years, and I just have a hard time, just getting behind them and taking them really seriously. But they win. They defeat the Lucha House Party again with a schoolboy pinfall with a handful of tights. So we got that win there. We have a promo with Noam Dar cutting a promo about rehabbing from his injuries he suffered from Drew Gulak's beatdown a couple weeks ago. But he's in Morocco and talking about how he'll be happy to return to 205 Live once his demands are met. And then Brian Kendrick rolls up and Dar then like clues him in on the fiction that he's meant to be in Mallorca, and then Kendrick says he's happy to check in on his friend before he takes his jet back to his match in California in 2 minutes, of course, which, I don't know what the heck that was over that. So I don't know if we're getting a feud with Brian Kendrick now. I don't know him, Dar. And Kendrick comes out as a squash match, so don't know what this was. Just a reminder, hey, Brian Kendrick is here, as he's really not been doing much at all. I mean, despite the fact that he got one or two opportunities, to earn a number one contendership, but it's like, again, was he really doing as a baby face right now? I don't know, but he won his squash match basically. And then backstage, we have a backstage interview with gentleman Jack Gallagher, and then he's in a slump. He was then interrupted by Mike and Maria Kanellis, who apparently, even though last week I'm saying I thought maybe this is going to be it for Mike and Maria since they're between how many days left in their contract. Apparently they re-signed with WWE for 5-year deals. So again, you're going to have to do something serious now because I'm really starting to, lose interest. I've really lost interest in the Kanellis for sure, despite the fact that Maria's super hot. But if Mike Kanellis really going to get anywhere now on 205 Live or whatnot. But anyway, so they roll up and talk to Gallagher, who this get on him for blowing a golden opportunity last week. Saw how they might not stick around, but if they do, it'll be to put 205 Live on their backs. The Gallagher admits that he's been in a slump, but he offers a chance to give Mike a black guy in front of his wife next week. And then he basically accepts we're getting a match between them two next week. Then we have Another match of Oni Lorcan, Arya Davari. Now, Lorcan did, defeat Davari in singles action recently. But last week, Davari came out and costed Lorcan his spot in the number one contenders match for the number one contenders show last week. And once again, I'm still confused as hell. I thought that Fatal 5-Way was number one contenders match. So again, they could have added Drew Gulak in this match too, but again, it just doesn't make sense how they did, in my opinion. But eventually, though, it leads to some big long beatdown with Ari Davari hitting Oni Lorcan with a steel chair and whatnot. So I don't know what this is about. Match was all right, but nothing really too crazy once again. And then afterwards, we get some promos. First from Tony Nese, talking about how the odds are stacked against him. And then Tozawa vowing to win, and Gulak admitting there's no hope for a better 205 Live, but a better Drew Gulak, and one who only cares about pain and punishment as they go off the air. And that's all we got to say for 205 Live. Give it a C+, I got to say. Towers in the live chat, best and worst year for WWE. Can't really think of that right now. ECW 2.0, Triple H, the 8 Days of Dream match, and the Rock and Roll Reigns. Nice. Yeah, but that's it for 205 Live, guys. Not to say, it was kind of a little bit of a pointless, skippable show. Give it a C+, guys. What are your thoughts on 205 Live? That's down in the comment section below. There's always a slap a like on my videos, subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at TheMayor93. I'll see you guys tomorrow for my Stomping Grounds preview predictions, my NXT UK review, and my NXT review as well. Thursday will be another top 10 special on NXT. I believe we're going to be doing top 10 NXT storylines, I believe it is. So I'll see you guys then for that as well. So once again, guys, C+ for 205 Live. Slap a like on my video. Subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, TheMayor93. And make sure to check my WrestleMania Experience documentary as well. And with that, guys, I'm going to bed. See you guys all tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.